Hello, and how are you? My name is Winnie Barawa. Welcome to this session on organic compounds, specifically covering vitamins. Introduction part. So, in the previous lessons, we've covered on the various organic compounds, looking at proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acids. We've checked also on the lipids. If you've watched on that, you can refer to our playlist again on anatomy and physiology and get to see on biochemistry covering organic compounds. So let's check on the vitamins. What are they? What are their characteristics? And what classes do we have in regards to these vitamins? So vitamins are said to come from a Latin word known as vita, meaning life. In this regards, vitamins are therefore treated as organic compounds that are required in small amounts for the purpose of maintaining life or for the purpose of maintaining a healthy well-being. We do not need vitamins in large amounts, and for this reason, they are treated as micronutrients. That is, you need them in our bodies, but you don't need them in so much amount. You don't need them in large amounts. You just need quite. So there are basic characteristics that are featured in majority of the vitamins. So we have number one, these vitamins are micronutrients, and for this they are needed in small amounts, not in large doses or in large quantities. The vitamins can also be water solubles or they can also be fat solubles. So for the water soluble vitamins, this refers to vitamins that can dissolve in water, and so they are not storable in human tissues. Hence, excess of it is thus excreted in our urine. Well, the second characteristic is that vitamins can be fat soluble, meaning they can dissolve in fats, and so they can get stored in our areas that we call adipose tissues and also liver. But we also have synthetic vitamins that carry identical characteristics that are quite similar to the natural vitamins. So that's what majorly the vitamins are. They're soluble in water, they can be soluble in fats, but they are mainly needed in small amounts. Vitamins also can be affected by different structures, such as light. They can also be affected by heat, meaning some of them are stable in heat and some of them are not stable in heat based on the temperatures. Functions of vitamins, these are many. The functions are various. However, there are some common functions that you'll find with vitamins. They participate, number one, in resistance and body immunity. They promote digestion processes. They can stimulate our nervous systems, but they largely help also in growth and development. That is maybe in form of prevention of retarded growth, or they can help us with bone formation and strengthening. All these are possible functions of our vitamins. But I will repeat, there are very many, and you can find them. We will find them as we keep discussing each and every vitamin types that we have. So how do we classify the vitamins? We can do vitamin classification based on the solubility. And on the introduction part, we said vitamin can be fat soluble and they can be water soluble. So because of this, it means there are vitamins that can dissolve in fats, where we have four main types, that is vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. These ones will form part of the fat soluble vitamins. But we also have the second class, and that is the water soluble vitamins. These are vitamins that can dissolve in water. And the first class here we have the vitamin B complexes, which includes the vitamins that have that belong to the B complex. And you can have vitamin B1, famously known as thiamine, vitamin B2, riboflavin, vitamin B3, the niacin, vitamin B5, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6 for pyridoxine, vitamin B7, vitamin B9, and vitamin B12. And then we have vitamin C, which falls under the non-B complexes, and this majorly has what we call ascorbic acid or the vitamin C. So to expound on the classes, under the water-soluble vitamin, we are saying we have the B complex that has the 9 major classes of vitamins. And then we have the 9B complex vitamin C, which is also known as ascorbic acid. So with the B complexes, the 9 vitamins, we have what we say the energy-releasing vitamin, the hemopoietic vitamins, and the others. So with the energy-releasing vitamins, we have cases of vitamin B1, B2, B5, B7, all the way to B3, and so on. But under the hematopoietic, these are vitamins that assist a lot when it comes to blood formation. We have folic acid, and then we have the cobalamines, that's B12. And of course, we have others, such as B6. Fat-soluble vitamins, we have the main four, that is vitamin A, famously existing as retinol or retinoic acid. We have vitamin D, that is cholecalciferol or egocalciferols. We have vitamin E, that famously contains what we call tocopherols. And then we have vitamin K, very important for blood clotting and coagulation. We will discuss this separately in details under water solubles and fat solubles. So to introduce by description, fat soluble vitamins, these are vitamins that tend to dissolve in fat, and they include vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. For the water soluble vitamins, these are vitamins that are able to dissolve in water, and for this they can easily dissolve in our body water environment or compartments, and it includes the B complex vitamins and vitamin C. So with the B complex vitamins, we have B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, and B12. So what is the difference between water soluble and the fat soluble vitamin? So based on the criteria, water soluble vitamins are soluble in water, while the fat soluble vitamins are soluble in fat. The water soluble vitamins are directly absorbable into the blood, while the fat solubles can easily be transported or absorbed via the lymph nodes or the lymphatic system. And the water soluble freely can be transported within our blood system via the blood vessels, while in this case for the fat soluble, they will require a carrier or carrier proteins that can attach to these fat soluble vitamins for transportation. For storage purpose, the water soluble vitamins, they circulate freely because they dissolve in our water compartments. But for the fat, they are stored in our cells, what we know as the fat tissues or the adipose tissues. Excretion, water soluble vitamins need to be excreted via urine, while the fat soluble are stored majorly in the fatty tissues or in the adipose tissues. How is the toxicity levels? Well, the water solubles, they are possibly can be toxic, but not that much because a lot of it can be excreted in the urine. While for the fat solubles, they have likelihood of toxicity when used with supplements. Requirements, every 2 or 3 days, you may need to take in some water soluble vitamins, yes, but weekly you can take the fat soluble. As we said, vitamins are not macronutrients, they are micronutrients, meaning they are needed in small amounts. So you do not have to take them like daily, but you can have a sequence of taking them. For places where there's poor exposure or lack of availability of these vitamins, partly you are required or you are allowed to take them as supplements because we said the synthetic vitamins, they carry similar characteristics as the natural vitamins. You can have them in our diets or the body can also generate them, but in very, very minimal amounts. So it's very advised that you also take vitamins in our diet. So thank you so much for being with us. And like I always call out, please remember to subscribe, share the videos, comment, and give us a like. Thank you and see you in our next class. Bye bye.